It's 8:21, 21 minutes after the hour. You're listening to Sean and Frank, Maryland's Wake Up Call. Joining us now on the line is Ken Rupert, who is a caregiver by profession. And Ken, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sean.
Helping the caregiver is the primary purpose for what you do. But how can caregiver coaching help those who aren't caregivers?
Well, I always say that life doesn't respond to your desires. It often responds to your decisions. So there are decisions that people can make today to reduce the impact of the potential of becoming a caregiver in the future. Some examples are getting your wills, power of attorney, advanced medical directives in place, which if something then happens, the legal aspects, you don't have to kind of chase your tail trying to figure out what to do. But you also have things like if your parents are still alive, it's a good idea to have what I call the talk with them concerning managing their affairs and in the event that they become incapacitated. If you're in your 50s, it's a great time to think about long-term care insurance in the event that you or your spouse becomes incapacitated through Alzheimer's or something like that. So, everybody needs a strategic plan, and life coaching can help you whether you're a caregiver or not.
Great point. So anyone can benefit really from engaging in the process of developing a caregiving plan, even if they're not going to be a caregiver themselves. I mean, it's always good to have that plan in place. So how can our listeners learn more about your services?
Well, if they'd like to talk to me about developing a strategic plan, they can visit my website, kenrupert.com, and click on the coaching tab and fill out the form, or they can just call me at 301-802-0741.
And one other thing I wanted to mention is that oftentimes we put this off. We put this discussion off. Nobody likes to have it, whether it's, end-of-life discussions or caregiving and so on. But again, now would be the time to have it before you get to that point where crisis is upon you. And so how would you, what would you say to somebody that's been kind of procrastinating on this issue?
Well, by the time you get to crisis living, you're pretty much affected by emotions, and emotions are real, but they're not good decision makers. And you don't want to be put in a position where you have to respond emotionally to make a rational decision. So I would encourage anybody who, as I talked about, has parents that are getting a little bit older or they're entering their 40s and 50s, to really start thinking about, your life beyond the work years.
Very good. Ken, thanks again for the valuable advice. Pleasure. Nice to talk with you. That's Ken Rupert, and you can visit his website, kenrupert, RUPERT.com.